just the simplicity of walking and gathering and meeting strangers is the purpose of and compassion.
Human beings walking simply for peace. Like, how wonderful is that?
We're in a very trying time in the world, and there's a lot of things going on, a lot of conflicts, and we all just need to get along.
A moment and a movement uniting people across all ages, races, and religions.
It was like I could barely see them, but it was really cool.
It fills our hearts to see how many people are showing up and showing support, even though many people have never heard of a monk or seen monks before.
The Walk for Peace has spanned 7 states and nearly 3 months as a group of monks journey onto Washington, D.C. in the name of peace.
It's been really meaningful. When they started the walk, my grandmother died on the day they started. And when they end in Washington, it will be my mother's birthday. So to me, it just aligns synchronicity-wise that it means that I need to be here and witness them walking for peace.
Some bringing gifts, others documenting the historic moment. Everyone reminded of their message and now hoping for a more peaceful and united future.
I think it's a time to get together. There's a lot of conflict and unsettled unrest in our country, and I think it's important that just the simplicity of walking and gathering and meeting strangers is the purpose of peace and compassion.
And we want to tell the world that we still have hope, and we can continue to have a hope. And so we share the prayers and welcome the prayers from all over the world.
Well, as we speak, the Buddhist monks on a 2,300-mile walk for peace are resting after making it to Charlotte tonight.
And actually, in a matter of hours, they'll be back on the road as they continue their journey to Washington, D.C. Hundreds of people visited them as they made their way into the Queen City tonight. People we heard from say their message has captivated them.
There's a lot of ugly stuff going on in our world right now, a lot of depression, and just to know that there are human beings walking simply for peace. Like, how wonderful is that? You know, that's a very uplifting thing.
The monks told our crews today they plan to have another day in Charlotte and spend tomorrow night at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Meantime, CMPD shared these images on social media just a couple of hours ago. Officers and new police chief Estella Patterson provided the monks with safe escort earlier today, and they say they're honored to have welcomed them. Just been absolutely captivated by the story, as so many folks have, and so I've been digging into sort of like, you know, the guidelines, I guess, if you go to visit them. They can't accept any presents, but they do take online donations to help with their journey. And also just know, because of their vows that they've taken as monks, no physical contacts, you can't shake their hand or anything like that. Try to keep it quiet if you go and visit any of their stops.
Good to know.
Thousands of monks are on a walk for peace across the U.S. The Buddhists are heading from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C.
Their Facebook page says they want to raise awareness for peace, loving kindness, and compassion. Katie Solt reports on the crowd that gathered when the monks walked near Charlotte, North Carolina.
We're in a very trying time in the world, and there's a lot of things going on, a lot of conflicts, and we all just need to get along.
A moment and a movement uniting people across all ages, races, and religions.
It was like I could barely see them, but it was really cool.
It fills our hearts to see how many people are showing up and showing support, even though many people have never heard of a monk or seen monks before.
The Walk for Peace has spanned 7 states and nearly 3 months as a group of monks journey onto Washington, D.C. in the name of peace.
It's been really meaningful. When they started the walk, my grandmother died on the day they started. And when they end in Washington, it will be my mother's birthday. So to me, it just aligns synchronicity-wise that it means that I need to be here and witness them walking for peace.
Some bringing gifts, others documenting the historic moment. Everyone reminded of their message and now hoping for a more peaceful and united future.
I think it's a time to get together. There's a lot of conflict and unsettled unrest in our country, and I think it's important that just the simplicity of walking and gathering and meeting strangers is the purpose of peace and compassion.
And we want to tell the world that we still have hope, and we can continue to have a hope. And so we share the prayers and welcome the prayers from all over the world.
All right, so a lot of talk, and this has been taking social media by storm. Carlene, I know you've seen it. The monks' walk for peace. It started in October.
Yep.
Starting in the Fort Worth, Dallas area. Eventually, it is here. It is in our area.
Yeah.
A long way away, but it's captivated so many people
Yeah.
on social media. We were there this morning.
I have video from this morning. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot.
You're
I
all
always
good.
put Carlene
You're
on
all
the spot.
good. This
in
was Rock Hill
Rock Hill.
Early this morning, our Destiny Richards was there. You could see them. They were getting up and getting on the move.
And so many people there early this morning.
Yeah.
Early this morning there.
From far and wide too. Like Destiny talked to somebody who came there from Michigan to see it.
Again, it has captivated so many people. Right now, those monks Buddhist monks are making their way towards, I believe they're stopping in Charlotte today.
They're going to, I think they're going to Pineville right now.
Pineville. Let's check in with Bria Smith. She's there live. She has the answers for us. Bria, what can you tell us about this walk for peace?
Yeah, well, I'll have to say, you guys, I have been following via social media. If you don't know, they do have an Instagram page, and I find myself scrolling on Instagram quite often. So one thing I did notice on their Instagram, their total journey to DC from Texas is going to be 2,300 miles. Now, as someone who tries to make my 10,000 steps a day, I can only imagine how many steps that is from Texas to DC. But if you take a look behind me, we are here at Pineville at the Miller's Flea Market. There are already a couple of cars here, a couple of people who have driven through this parking lot here at the flea market who have asked, what time can we expect the monks to come through? So they will be here visiting around 2 to 4 p.m. according to the town of Pineville. But like I said, I had the chance to speak to these people who have already shown up here anticipating their visit, their arrival through this area, and they're just so excited. One of the biggest things that they mentioned to me was that they're just so happy about what this is doing, how it's bringing communities together throughout their journey, throughout parts of the country. It's a beautiful thing. One woman got emotional with us, even as she described, she would wake up and look forward to where they were when they started, and had even dreams about hoping that they didn't get lost. She even bought for their dog, their companion dog, Aloka, a toy. So it really just shows the impact that this walk and the message of peace that the monks are carrying with them throughout their journey truly has on all parts throughout their journey so far. Now they will end their day in Charlotte, so on Tyvola Road at the Marion Deal Recreation Center, and they are encouraging people between 6 and 9 p.m. to come out and visit. If you haven't had the chance so far and you don't have the chance currently to come out, definitely visit them. So very exciting journey so far. I've been heavily invested, and I can't wait to see them make it to their end goal.
Yeah, Brian, so many others are invested in this story as they make their way towards South Charlotte. Bria, thank you. You can catch Bria at 4, 5, and 6:15 with more on the story. Again, that has captivated social media. Thank you, Bria.
You can see they're on this kind of like single file line, escorted by police, which is what we've seen as they've moved through various cities. Usually we'll see whatever, local jurisdiction, their law enforcement, whether it's the sheriff's office or it's the local police, escort them just to make sure that the journey is as safe as possible. We know that they do a lot of walking along the sides of roadways, so safety always tantamount in the situation. In fact, we saw that CMPD had posted some images from earlier in the day talking about their experience working with the monks today and escorting them on their walk for peace. CMPD posted some images of, it looked like the police chief, Estella Patterson, pinning one of their police, not badges, but they have little pins to symbolize their agency, pinning it onto one of the monks. And the caption for those photos read that we were honored to welcome the Buddhist monks today as they passed through our community on their walk for peace. They went on to say our officers are proud to provide the monks with a safe escort as they continue their journey of compassion and unity. And we know that they're going to actually be in Charlotte for 2 days. So this will be day 1 and day 2 tomorrow. They will continue their trek through our area. Sounds like, from what our crew's been able to deduce, that Their stop tomorrow night might bring them over to Charlotte Motor Speedway. So that is interesting to hear, of course. What a great venue to spend the night, and we sure know that they'll be greeted with a lot of hospitality there, as they have in a lot of the places that they visited. And usually tonight we also will get an idea, once they settle in for the evening, what their trek for tomorrow will fully look like. For example, all of the stops that they might have. For example, today we saw a lunchtime stop that was over at the Ann Springs Close Greenway that was open to the public to visit, and I think we just lost our shot, so we'll probably maybe pivot you over to a break for just a second after I finish my thought. But oh, there, it's back. But yeah, they usually have a couple of opportunities throughout a day for folks to meet with them. And so today, yeah, it was at the Ann Springs Close Greenway, and then in the evening, it's this Marion Deal Recreation Center.